Blind and isolated, the Vanguard lost orbital telemetry. The digital eyes that governed modern warfare were snuffed out in a single second. Primary circuits failed. The electromagnetic pulse swept through the subfloor channels, frying delicate quantum relays and locking blast doors in place.
The remnants thrived in the dark. Utilizing heavy mechanical drillers unreliant on digital guidance, the Eastern ambush in the darkness. The invisible hunters striking the secondary power conduits, severing the emergency blackout grid.
Mainframe is offline. Radar guidance is 0. Hostiles are breaching the lower sub-basement via mechanical drillers.
Blind close-quarters combat in the dark. White chrome squads fire blindly into the fog, holding the line with raw iron and fire.
Without radar, technology offered no salvation. The Overlord's machines dissolved advanced alloys like ice in an apocalyptic toxic blackout. Direct hit in the dark. The Resistance answered with raw manual firepower, detonating the lead driller in a blinding instant of fire.
The digital world is dead. Drive the Iron Vanguard forward. If they cannot see us, we will crush them in the dark.
The emergency lines are poisoned. A toxic blackout barrage raised to choke the New World in total darkness.
The blackout was total. Cut off from the orbital fleet, the High Command faced the encroaching shadow with nothing but iron wills. They built an empire on high-voltage currents and digital networks. But in the blackout, only the primitive survives. When dawn broke over the darkened world, a terrifying silence fell across the frontier.
The communication nodes were vital, keeping the localized Martian colonies synchronized with the central mainframe ships. Backup networks were activated across all quadrants, forcing the Matrix to maintain pressure despite external threat.
The survival of the Vanguard relied entirely on these hidden sanctuaries of ice, hidden beneath a quarter-mile of solid Martian bedrock.
Silo breach in Sector 4. The enemy is targeting our primary water reserves from the upper atmosphere.
Lock the seal. Overload the secondary magnetic valves before the primary circuit blows.
When dawn broke across the red frontier, the lines of science remained unbroken, holding the space vacuum at bay.
The siege sequence was absolute, coordinated across multiple automated divisions to strike the core grid simultaneously.
Move through the blind zones. The quantum sensors cannot track our armor through the heavy sand fallout.
Load the secondary combustion payload. Target the primary dome support arches.
The mechanical squadrons deployed. Iron monsters fueled by chemical fury charging directly into the western perimeter. Total impact. The defense forces answered with absolute force, detonating the Iron Vanguard in a single second.
The weapon is obsolete. The chemical dust is dissolving the internal quantum fuel rods. Fall back to the trench.
The outer lines collapsed. The Iron Hunters reclaimed the canyon floor, forcing a total blackout across the sector.
The signal is blinded. The chemical cloud has blocked our connection to the mainframe ship. We are entirely isolated.
Quantum discharge. The West answered with absolute fire, vaporizing the landing Vanguard in a single blinding instant.
They think their orbital grid makes them kings of space. But the Earth still belongs to the elements. Release the secondary reserves.
If they want total war, then we will poison the sky until their new sun goes dark forever.
The sky was poisoned. The chemical armada launched its final deterrent, preparing to choke the quantum eyes of the West. When the sun broke through the fallout, nothing remained but a landscape of displacement glass and chemical ash.
The quantum frontier ended not in victory, but in a divided world. A cold peace.
They built their peace on atoms and chemicals, but they forgot.
Frequency extinction reaches peak threshold. Choose your side in the comments below.
The interception was live. The Eastern remnants deployed their fastest tactical aircraft to breach the Western airspace grid.
Flood the secondary combustion pipes. Push the speed past the absolute line of structural tolerance.
Barrier breached. The chemical vanguard pierced the invulnerable Western shield with raw, mechanical force. A catastrophic strike. The Western surveillance node was erased in a single blinding instant of toxic combustion. When the smoke cleared, the frontier was compromised. The lines of current had snapped, leaving the Western capital exposed to the incoming shadow. Orbital telemetry stabilized. The Space Vanguard secured the planetary perimeter, prepared to deploy the next matrix node. A multi-dimensional core framework operating independent of external mass, creating an invulnerable energy shield across the installation. Subterranean contact. The enemy has bypassed our geological scanners, breaching the perimeter defense lines from below. Engage the primary kinetic anchors. Drive the vanguards directly into their central communications grid.
Shadow of the old world occupied the cosmos, a monumental testament to mankind's refusal to perish in the ash.
Production lines were overcharged, mass-producing the specialized combustion munitions required to neutralize the Western code fields.
The refinery tower is compromised. Toxic fluid has breached the clean water line. Containment is failing.
Annual bypass engaged. Bypassing digital authorization to restore emergency power before the subvaults collapse.
Hold the manual defenses. Do not let the drilling vanguard reach the generator vaults before emergency power returns.
Direct discharge in Quadrant 16. The invading driller is completely destroyed in a violent chemical explosion.
Emergency manual grid stabilized. Emergency power channels locked. Subsector secured under Alliance jurisdiction. When the sun broke through the blackout clouds, the stronghold of the New World Order stood silent but secure.
The emergency protocol achieved absolute manual lock.